Today I'm going to be taking you through the one app I use to be successful as an independent filmmaker. I'm talking about remote control lighting. That is, the ability to change brightness settings, temperatures, color, and my personal favorite, the ability to create room diagrams that I can use to direct my cast and crew. Oh, did I mention it's all from a smartphone? Hi, I go by woebren. And I'm a recording artist first and foremost, but early in my career I recognized the importance of videography and photography, or I was gonna have to pay somebody else to do it. And starting as a broke college kid, that wasn't an option for me. That's a bit of background on me, but getting right into the charcuterie of this video, I want to show you exactly how I used the Sidus Link app for my latest music video, Syrynne.
I'm your superhero. Baby, we on, no more talking. Who knew God was a woman? Pot the Savion, pour it on. You don't wanna posh, just so take me to Mars. Just be my ultra life form. It's so delightful, stricting like a python. Cut up the light bulb, singing like a siren. I'm crashing on your rock.
So jumping right into the interface here, we land on scenes. These are like little boxes that house your lighting fixtures and can be named to each project. Before we unpack all the features within scenes, I'm going to show you how my workflow progressed. After all, before I had the lights in hand, I wanted to experiment with where I could put them within my scenes so I could kind of visualize how things were going to look on set. This is where the diagram master was very useful. Here you have your projects. Within that you have a script roll, which I like to view as chapters. If you have a 5-part film, you can keep the scenes within the chapter organized. I only had 2 scenes, so that wasn't necessary. Within the script roll, I have my individual scenes. This scene is in fact a scale model for one of the rooms we filmed with, in part because I was able to get copies of the floor plans from the studio owner. This is great to look at, but let's build a demo scene from scratch to see just how seamless this actually is. You can view your scenes from the tab in the upper right corner and click the plus to make a new one. Name it accordingly. This is going to be an indoor shot, so the first thing I'm going to establish are some walls, which can be found under the scene tab. With the first brick, let's call it, Sidus makes it easy to expand or contract the length simply by dragging along the arrow they provide. With the first wall done, I'm going to long press, make a copy, and rotate it 90 degrees. Now, let's add some people. A dashing young fellow to be the hero of our story. Next is to fill in the lighting of our scene. This is where I found another cool feature of the Diagram Master, which was having a preset list of industry standard lighting brands. Actually, this list is what prompted me to use the Aputure Nova P300C as the main panel for the Syrynne shoot. The last 2 things I punched in were a reflector from the modifier tab and our camera. From there we have a pretty complete scene that could now be used to direct cast and crew. With Syrynne, I took it a step further by screenshotting and printing out these diagrams so I could actually draw in camera direction and where a character would be moving in my scene. I view my projects like football, where I'm the head coach giving the play-by-play before we go kill the other team, i.e. the music marketplace. Now for the bow on top, probably what this app was made for and the key that saved me time on set. Remote control lighting. This can pretty much be summed up as a lighting control board from the palm of your hand. Within this terminal, I could add all my features via Bluetooth. During this shoot, we had 2 Nova P300C panels and an LS60X spotlight. Selecting the bottom right tab brings me to this window, and with all these fixtures I could adjust the intensity or brightness settings of each fixture. In the white tab, adjust color temperature from warm to cool, and specifically with the Novas, turn them into RGB panels if the scene called for it. In this palette window, I had the entire color wheel to choose from and could adjust the saturation of my colors in addition to the hue of them. Now, why did it all matter in the first place if you had a stagehand who could have adjusted these settings themselves? Well, I'm glad you asked, and if the answer isn't plainly obvious, it just comes down to time wasted on set. Sure, I could have asked my stagehand to turn one panel to 5600 Kelvin and the other to 3400 Kelvin, but the reality was I could just sit in one place and accomplish the same task from my phone in a fraction of the time. It was critical to save this time because I was the main talent in the video. I couldn't afford to get up from my place on set every time the lights needed an adjustment. Each individual light is spread across the room, so on and so forth. You get the point. So that covers the basic bells and whistles of the Sidus Link app and gives you a little look into my process as an artist. A little window into the black box, if you will, which I hope can provide value to existing creators, but also show up-and-comers that it truly is possible when you put in the time and effort to find the tools that make it possible. Thank you to those who made it this far. If you want to see the music video, I've got that linked in the description down below. And if you want to stay in touch with a creator basically acting as their own music label, go ahead and hit the subscribe and notification bell, and you'll never be late to the lemonade stand again. This has been a woebren exclusive, and now I'm saying peace.
Baby, we on. No.